Vine was sleeping peacefully, fully covered in her white blanket head to toe. To avoid the sunlight that was disturbing her sleep, cause she wants to sleep more after her husband showed no mercy on her last night and showed all the love he was longing for from past few days as he was on business trip and missing his dear wife. Jungkook, please let me sleep. One ground in her sleep, feeling heavy weight on her. Yeah, you want me to die? Get off of me, you are so heavy. One again said as she tried to move, but frowned in her sleep when she heard giggles as a small smile appeared on her lips after recognizing the giggles. Good morning, my little monsters. Vine greeted her two little girls as she rolled and wrapped them too in her blanket. Now the girls were under her mother while laughing cutely. What are you two doing here, huh? Where is your dad? Vine asked in playful tone, wiggling her brows while the two giggled seeing her mother. Dad is making pancakes in breakfast, she replied cutely while the other one nodded in her response as Vine made O face. But mommy, why daddy is making breakfast? Cause mama is tired, she said as Vine smiled. And what else your dad said to my two devils? Vine asked playfully while she tickled her 5 years old twins. Daddy said mommy didn't sleep all night, neither she let daddy sleep. Mihu replied mid Vine wide her eyes. Mama, why you didn't wake us up when you and dad were playing? Jihu asked as Vine had been done with her husband, thinking what story he'd tell them in early morning. Cause you two were sleeping and your dad said not to wake you up. Vine said as Jihu and Mihu pouted sadly. You guys always do this with us. No one play with me and Mihu. Jihu said while Vine nodded as she pouted sadly. We also want to play with you and Daddy, Mihu said. I heard Mama was screaming, but I was so sleepy that I again slept. Jiu told to Mihu while Vine's cheeks turned red in embarrassment after hearing her baby. Why were you screaming, Mommy? Mihu asked confusedly while Vine smiled awkwardly and sat on the bed as Mihu and Jihu took limb on Vine's both sides of laps. My girls, let's get fresh first, okay? Then I will tell you everything. Vine said while the two looked each other. Then Vine, Mama, we brushed our teeth already with Daddy. Me who said as Vine blinked her eyes. This man is really something, Vine murmured slowly. Well, that's great then. Now let me do mine. You two wait here, okay? Vine said as she pecked on both of her daughter's forehead before she went inside the bathroom slightly limping. Did mommy got hurt while playing with daddy last night? Miu asked to Jihu, who shrugged her shoulders. Poor mama. Maybe that's why she was screaming, Jihu said as she assumed everything by herself. You are looking so gorgeous, Jungkook whispered in Vine's ear, who was standing in front of mirror doing makeup, wearing simple yet beautiful dress that reached her mid-thighs. As Jungkook wrapped his hands around her waist from back and snuggled his face in her neck, earned a chuckle from Vine as she smiled and turned to face Jungkook. You are looking handsome too, my darling husband. Vine complimented while tracing a finger on his jaw. I think we should have just cancelled the dinner and stayed at home. Jungkook said while staring at her eyes deeply as he pulled Van more closer to him, and she can't do anything but try to reach his level. Then who will gonna handle your daughters? I'm not gonna answer their lots of questions. Vine said circling her arms around his neck, even though her heart was racing due to nervousness, but she maintained her posture, determined not to get flustered. After 6 years of their marriage, she still felt butterflies in her tummy. He never felt to made her feel like that. You don't have to worry about my little bunnies. Care about your legs, cause I will have my dinner anyways and it will be more delicious than any expensive foods. Jungkook whispered while smirking as he leaned for a kiss but Vine pushed him. Dare to think about it, you mister, I'm not gonna let you touch me for a whole week. Vine glared him made him chuckle. You changed so fast. I can't believe you just lit fire on me with your touches and now leave me burning. Don't do this, wifey, Jungkook whined in frustration while Vine stuck her tongue out before walk out of her room. Aish, get yourself ready cause I'm gonna do the same with you, my lady. Jungkook said a little louder so Vine could hear him clearly and she do and giggled while headed towards her twins' room to check them if they got ready or not for the dinner because they do still needs her mother in choosing outfits for them. Even the babysitter do her best to make them happy but failed miserably. Did you guys playing tonight too, Daddy? She asked from backseat of the car, sitting with Jihu, who was licking her ice cream cone unbothered from the world, as Jungkook frowned while driving, and Ryan looked towards Miho to Jungkook for an answer. What are you talking about, princess? Jungkook asked, while Ryan rolled her eyes when he looked Ryan with questionable eyes. Roll your eyes when I was you, honey. Jungkook whispered mid Ryan's eyes widened as she slapped on his arm in embarrassment. Mama, why did you hit my dad? Jihu asked, taking her father's side, while her all little face covered with ice cream. Cause daddy said something to mommy like this. She moved her lip, silently imitating her father while Jihu giggled looking at Mihu's face. Oh my god, she was noticing you, Jungkook. Ryan said in disbelief while Jungkook chuckled. What are you doing? Jihu asked to her sister while laughing, and seeing them both, Ryan and Jungkook laughed too. Mommy, we are going to play with you tonight, Jihu said as Ryan shook her head. What is she talking about? Ryan shrugged her shoulders, pretending like she don't know anything. What you guys have planned behind my back to snatch my wife? Jungkook asked to his twins. She's our mommy. The two spoke together, made Ryan laugh as she winked at them. Yeah, she's my wife first. You two come because of my hard work. Jungkook said but Ryan stunned as she glared him. What the hell, Jungkook now faced the consequences. Ryan said as she sat back on her seat folding her arms while Jungkook laughed awkwardly when he glanced back at his daughters who was discussing something with each other and he knows what's coming next. Daddy, why you did hard work? Mama told us we were in her tummy. She was the one who carried us all the time, she said while Mihu nodded and Jungkook laid Wine, who was blowing on her nails proudly. Yes, Daddy, you are lying. And Mommy says when someone live vampire comes out from under the bed, she said as Jungkook chuckled while Wine controlling her laugh. I am already a vampire, babies. I don't fear them, but your mom is scared of me. Jungkook said as he smirked while Wine shook her head. Mama, you married with a vampire? Jihu asked in shock while Mihu hugged Jihu's arms in fear. Jungkook, stop it. Look, you scared them. Wine said as she turned back, finally breaking the silence being done with her husband and daughters. It's not like that. Your dad is just joking with you too. Wine said as she raised her head. Sometimes I can't differentiate between you and kids. One murmured looking at Jungkook. Oh, let me show my daddy's side to you if you think me as a kid. Jungkook replied made her sign heavily. I can't with you. One waved her hand before look out of the window to hide her cheeks. I'm scared, Mihu said to Jihu who nodded her head. Me too. Jihu whispered as they pulled blanket over themselves and hide under it. What about mommy? If daddy is really a vampire then he will bite our mommy. Mihu said as they both hugged each other tightly. Mama is a brave woman. She will beat him up with her slippers, don't worry, Jihu said to comfort Mihu. But you said last night mommy screamed. Is that because of daddy? Mihu asked as Jihu looked at her with wide eyes. Oh my god, I forgot this, Mihu. Let's go, we have to save Mama. Jihu said as they both quickly got up. Even though they are just 5 but they act like 10. They both hold each other's hands and without making any noise walk out of their room towards their parents' room to save their mom. Meanwhile, the couple just walk out of the bathroom wrapped in bathrobes after having showered together, engrossed in each other, hugging and sharing. They were sticking together like a glue, like they always do. You are so delicious, wifey, Jungkook whispered after he broke the kiss mid Ryan smiled shyly as she hid her face in his chest, while Jungkook groaned in satisfaction when he felt Ryan's hot breath touching on his bare chest as he hugged her. Do you know why I didn't eat dessert after dinner? Jungkook asked as Ryan slowly shook her head looking at him confusedly. Because I want you as my dessert tonight, Jungkook whispered while staring at her lips that slightly opened after hearing him as she quickly back on her lips made her cheeks red. Jungkook whined in embarrassment while Jungkook chuckled as she pushed him a little before going towards dressing table, but gasped when Jungkook accidentally pulled her robe, causing to untie it, making her robe wide open, displaying breathtaking view while Jungkook too got shocked but smirked as he wrapped his hands around her waist with her robe, pulling her in his arms. I am starving for my sweet dessert. The visuals are making hard to control on my hunger, sweetheart, Jung whispered as he looked Lion in mirror, who was praying for her life as she knows the hungry lion will never gonna let his prey. I love you so much, Lion, Jungkook said as she grabbed his hand, feeling his hot on her cold flesh while he proceeded his work, giving her his keys as much as he could. He was about to take off her robe but got startled after they both heard crying noises. As they quickly moved and turned back, found their twins crying, Jiu holding baseball bat in her small hands while Wine tied her robe and Jungkook rushed towards his both daughters in concern as he thought something might happen. What happened? Why are you crying? Jungkook asked as soon as he reached and kneeled down, but the two quickly ran towards shocked Vian and wrapped on her both legs, while Jungkook looked back in confusion. What's wrong, babies? Why are you crying like this? Vian quickly kneeled down, taking her daughters in her arms, while Jungkook too walked near his small world. Daddy is vampire. Miu said while sobbing made Vian and Jungkook stunned as they looked at each other confusedly. No baby, he was just joking that time. Vian said as she thought Jihu and Miu got scared and that's why they didn't sleep. No, we saw him biting you, Jihu said as Jungkook gulped when Vian glared him. Why are you looking at me like that? Jungkook asked as he scratched his back of the head, looking here and there while the two kids were crying, rubbing their eyes. Please stop crying. Your dad is not hurting me, my love. He is not a vampire, Vine said as they looked Vine with their doe eyes and again start crying. Then why there is marks on your pretty neck, mommy? Miho asked innocently made Vine's eyes widen as she quickly covered her neck while Jungkook smiled awkwardly when Vine looked him. Actually it's a mosquito bites and daddy was helping me to apply cream on it cause it's itching a lot. Right Jungkook? Vine asked to Jungkook who quickly nodded in response when the twins looked back at Jungkook. Yes, babies, I was just helping her, Jungkook said as he opened his arms, indicating for a hug as Miho Jihu looked at each other before running for a hug. Jungkook hugged them tightly yet securely in his arms before pecking their chubby cheeks. Your dad will never hurt me. He loves me so much. You both have to trust on him. He is the bestest father in the world and husband too. One said while caressing Mihu's ears as she was more sensitive than Jihu. I am sorry, Dad. Mihu was getting scared thinking you are hurting Mama. Jihu said as Mihu bowed angrily. You are the one who decided to beat Daddy with that baseball bat, Mihu said while Van and Jungkook looked at each other surprised. They don't need us, Jungkook. They can protect themselves, Van said as Jungkook chuckled. Yeah, you are right. They will end up crying like they do. Jungkook laughed, remembering the scene as Vine chuckled, shaking her head in disbelief while the twins stomped their little feet angrily and glared their parents at the same time while pouting. Don't make fun of us, Jihu Mihu said together as Jungkook and Vine both laughed before picking up each daughter in their arms. Now be a good girls and sleep, Jungkook said as he walked towards the door. Daddy, I want to sleep with you tonight, Mihu said as she wrapped her arms around Jungkook's neck, not ready to leave him while Jihu too wrapped her arms and legs around Vine. Me too, Jihu said as Jungkook groaned in frustration. I want my dessert, Vian. Shut up, Jungkook. You guys were having dessert alone. I want to eat too, mommy. No, it's not for babies. The dessert is for only daddies. Oh my god, please stop it, you all. Which daughter called Vian, Mama and Jungkook daddy in all FF? Comment down below if you read till the end.